Hello and welcome, Internet. I am Ink Knight, and I'm joined here by Black Templar, and we're doing the analysis for the playoffs. A lot of things has happened. People's been eliminated, and yeah, as you can see with the scores, a lot of things has been done, and we're going to definitely break down a lot of these games and do predictions for the next bit, the quarterly finals. But either way.
And 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 also we had a few murders as well while we're at it.
Yeah, we got a few murders. Blacks have his orcs got a little mad about their former black orcs keep on dying, so they start killing themselves. That's
Oh no, not this time. My Black Ops actually started killing people for once.
what I'm saying. They got mad, so they started killing people. But either way, let's run down the list and start with the ogres versus the Amazons. It is a 3-0 victory for them.
Yeah, I felt this match was more along the lines of was like, yeah, Glad won the battle, but did he lose the war in the process?
Yeah, Pirate Joe, he definitely did lose a game, but he cost the Amazons a lot of death. That's the past 2 games he's done it. Like he's killed like I think 4 people. uh, Gajira's team is feeling the ogre pressure quite literally when they splat on them.
It's like I've always said about the Amazons. If you can get a good round of bashing on them, they will collapse.
Indeed. The dice rolls for the Amazons, their dodge is about average. I mean, it could have been a little bit higher. Uh, is this the final week or playoff? Taffel. It's not the final week, dude. It's the freaking playoffs. You played them. Oh
I, d-
my
I told you he's. I told you. I think he's drunk.
god. Why is okay? Oh well. But anyways, yeah, the dodging was okay. Could have been a lot better. Catch is half and half, so that's about average because of agility 3. Blocking dice, wow, they got some crap. Um,
Yeah, it. To be honest, I mean, if you look at the Ogre team, they had no ball possession and they were just couldn't get any momentum. I mean, when it came to the punches department, by God, they were on par. But when it came to actual ball control, the Ogres were just not non-existent.
yeah, they have 0 ball possession. Oh, I think the main thing that Joe was trying to do is just kill. Like he's ogres, he doesn't care about the ball, so he's just going to murder people while they're standing in front of him, and he did. I think he, I think he accomplished his mission on this game. Really, yes, it was a playoff, and yes, he didn't win, but did he really win, or did he really lose in this? That's the thing. Yes, he lost
Yeah,
for the playoffs, but he's costing Amazon's a very crucial thing for their next match. But either
oh
way,
yeah. But the question is, will Gojira's opponent be able to capitalize, or will he flop? That's the question.
I don't know. It really depends on the dice. Uh, well, heck, I guess we can go ahead and talk about
Well,
that match. But any final words before we move on?
I will. Well, I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I think Gojira may have won the battle but lost the war.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna have
who
to
he's
agree.
facing next? Who's facing next is a question of can he capitalize, or is he? Yeah, I've just got a message there saying that what I'm gonna flop. I said, well, technically, yeah, you might, GW, you might, but we'll get to that when we get to your match, analyst.
Well, let's talk about that match right now because literally right under it. Um,
Oh
th-
yeah.
this match, like, it wasn't a bad match. It wasn't a good match though either for me. Um, I was outnumbered a lot. Like I got 7 KOs inflicted to me. I got 2 injuries, and by the way, one of those KOs was from a rock. Um, and the thing
Well,
is,
let's be honest.
go ahead.
To be honest, you're not the worst person to get knuffled in this playoff
No,
run.
I'm not. I'm
There's
not
someone who got
complaining,
worse.
but it could have been a lot better. I could have way better chances on trying to capitalize on a lot of mistakes that he was doing, but the dice just wouldn't let me. Um, heck, just let's just look at the dice. Like his dice is average, obviously. You know, he has average dice, 16 ones, 18 sixes, 16 fives. That's average. No problem with that. His blocking dice was really freaking good. He only had 23 skulls, 26 both downs, and 28 pals. Not only that, but 14 defender stumbles. But granted, I have goblins, so it's not as bad for that. But his pals is pretty darn good compared to me. My blocking dice wasn't bad. I had 10 pals, 9 skulls. But if you look at my regular dice, I had 42 ones and 43 twos, and then everything else is in the 30s. Yeah, it wasn't
Well,
good.
to be fair, I mean, you were knuffled heavily in the second half. I mean, the first half you did all right. It's just second half is just Knuffle really had a bone to pick with you.
I swear, like I couldn't get anything going. Like I was able to get the ball relatively easy because my characters have sure hands, obviously. And I was able to run down to my troll and try to do a throw. Usually fairly easy for my troll to do because he has strong arm. In this one, I got a 1 for the very hungry. And then I got a 1 on the loner, to be expected. And then I got another 1, or it might have been a 2, on the landing. So my goblin fell, and I can't remember if he hurt himself or he just was there. I think he hurt himself, and lost the ball. He was able to capitalize, get the ball from me. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown it and tried to do a different type of play. But I was wanting to capitalize really quickly, trying to get a high leading score. But after that play, it just went down from downhill from there because he surrounded me. He kept on getting KOs against me, and he was fouling. He was out fouling me, which is something that usually doesn't happen. I usually out foul my opponent, but since he had the numbers, I couldn't afford foul.
Well, let's be honest. The pair of you in this match was going to be a fouling affair because you're both notorious fouling teams. Let's be honest. You're both notorious for it. And I'll be honest, I mean, just GW had Nuffle on his side, or what we'll get to later about Nuffle. Let's just say it's maybe too edgy for this content.
Freaking, from what GW Rule's saying, I slowed down, stopped playing aggressive, and yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, GW Rules. Fouling is Blood Bowl. It's part of it. It's part of the course. It's part of the game. Why don't you do it?
But me?
Oh, you foul your freaking big guy. I'm not talking about you. I'm just agreeing with what GW Rules say. But yeah,
Anyhow,
it was a game. And I didn't lose that bad. I mean, yes, I lost players, and I have to replace one player. I'm gonna have to replace again and again and again. It's been like that all season for me. But it could have been a lot worse. And it's only a 1-0, so it's not as bad as some of these other games.
oh no.
But
Oh no, we'll get to them in a minute. Actually,
yeah,
because I think the first bad game was
yeah,
Rocky and Chaos.
indeed, humans versus chaos. I watched this match. This was actually really fun to watch. Romkey, you made No2 very, very angry, and then once he got his kill against you, not once but twice,
I couldn't believe that. I was laughing.
He like the Minotaur got angry. I killed him. Wait a minute. Why is he back in the game? I need to kill him again. And I killed him again. Then he killed him again. Then he just didn't want to play after that.
Yeah, I mean, credit to Ronki, he had a great match. But yet again, I'm afraid he's in the same boat as what Gajura's in. He may have won the battle, but he may have lost the war.
Yeah, because let me look at the human team right now is at 17,000, so it's not that bad. And he has another ogre.
He has another ogre, but it's not. But it's not his strong ogre.
No, it's not, and it doesn't have guard.
Was?
No.
So in retrospect, yes, he's he's gone away with it to an extent, but he did suffer a bit losing Carbunculus, and he is like nursing injuries.
Yeah, he has a few injuries. He has a couple of movement down players, which is not a huge deal, but considering you're humans and you kind of need this movement to move away from different opponents if need be, uh, it could be bad. Granted, I think who he's fighting against next might not be as bad, but we'll talk about that later. I mean, his team is still very strong. It's probably still one of the strongest ones in the quarterly finals. Um,
True.
but heck, freaking Pig Dog, he suffered some injuries in that game too, I believe.
Oh, he did. He did. He suffered a death, and I felt sorry for him because Nono was dominating, and after when he killed the ogre for the second time, he just went, "Hey, I'm done. That's it
Pretty
for me for the day."
much, like he wild animal 3 times in a row. It's like what?
Yeah.
But either way,
But if you think about it though, for the rest of us in the playoffs, we're kind of happy that Pig Dog got eliminated because he was one of the biggest threats in the league.
oh definitely, he was one of the scariest Bashy threats. Period. And then in this game, the Bash just couldn't outscore the running of the humans. Run away from the humans.
But I mean, Pig Dog did say to me he liked the Chaos now that he knows how they work, and he kind of likes them.
Yeah, I love Chaos. It's probably one of my favorite teams to play. Obviously, heck, I won season 2 with them, so definitely a good team and a contender to win seasons. Obviously.
Yeah, rub it in my face, why don't you?
Sorry. I mean, you got into the finals with humans and necromantic, so these teams that we were just talking about has a good chance of getting in it as well. Just Chaos got eliminated this time. It happens.
Yep. But we'll have to wait and see because moving on, I think we're going to be talking about another human team that's been causing a bit of trouble as of late.
Indeed, the Amber Knights, which is Bretonia versus freaking Norse, Johnny's Raiders.
Yeah. This was shoe ball ugly. I gotta admit, this was ugly.
Johnny put up a fight, and I didn't expect it. I mean, it was a stupid fight, but it was still a fight nonetheless.
But I think when you look at it from another standpoint, it kind of showed that that Oathmaster's team is starting to feel like the strain, because he's starting to now to pick up injuries. He's starting to pick up knocks, and that could be a factor for his match against Ronki. But we'll cover that later.
But yeah, the Bretonians, they're probably one of the higher team values in the playoffs right now. And heck, it's been proven in different games if his blitzers start going down, which didn't happen in Johnny's game, obviously, that can cause problems for him. Granted, he's starting to build up a little bit more bloat and strength with his blockers, considering they have guard, wrestle. One has a strength up. That's really good. And he has 2 dirty players now for his linemen, so that's also a potential thing to do. But once those blitzers start going down, that's going to be the issue. But
it is. I mean, it is. But if you look at it from another standpoint, if Ronki, you know,
you mean Oathmaster?
Can
Oh,
Oathmaster, if Oathmaster suffer, like I said, if Ronki and Oathmaster when they clash, I know this is going to be a bit ugly, but I feel that Oathmaster, if he takes more knocks than he should, then I feel like he could end up stumbling at this point. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. But Johnny, he suffered a bit of injuries. He got rid of some of that extra fat from those players that died. And one of his this like he had a berserker that had movement allowance 5, I believe, a niggle, and a AV down, so he had halfling armor. So he was, if he get like touched, he would die. So.
Wow. Everyone is shouting for Ronki to kill Oathmaster's blitzers.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll all enjoy seeing a blitzer die because they've been alive all season.
Well, I know one of them has been injured. I think it was the third one. I can't remember his blinking name.
I think yeah, he has a niggle, but all of his regular stats are fine. It's just if he gets blocked successfully, he has a chance to get injured easily.
Oh yeah, but I do have to question though Johnny's method of playing in that match. It was a bit questionable.
I do hope Johnny has learned a bit of a lesson on how to set up his team, though, and trying to not have nothing but linemen and a couple other guys playing the ranks for him, because I think that hurt him a little bit too for this entire season.
I don't think so. I mean, it was a smart strategy on his part. Because hear me out. If he gets a lot of rerolls with just minimal guys, and then gets these guys later, I mean, the elves tend to do it because that's how the elves can get some of the decent players early
Mm-hmm.
and get their best ones later. We all know rerolls are king in this game, and if you don't have rerolls, you could suffer some major problems.
Oh, indeed. But yeah, good game, Oathmaster, for getting a victory. It wasn't a 4-0 like last time, so I think Johnny's happy that he only lost 1-0. He probably preferred a tie, which is impossible. But Johnny, you did good for a match where you actually lost 4-0 before. So you're improving. Just taking some time, but you're improving. But let's move on to your Slaughterfest against the Undead.
Before we go any further, Johnny, I think he does better when he's drunk.
Probably so, yeah, Johnny. You need to start drinking when you play games because you do slightly better.
Anyhow, let's get to the Slaughterfest that happened.
Oh, definitely.
Oh boy. All I could say about that match was I just couldn't believe half the bull I got away with.
And Scarsnick got the MVP again.
Got 2 touchdowns as well.
I know that Goblin's been really good for you, man. He's probably like your sneaky git that's just right there. He has the ball, no one else knows it.
Yeah. But you got me. The biggest shocker was Toucan Sam getting his head cleared off.
Yeah, you brought him down and just killed him. You said you might be a strength up, but I say F you and you're dead. He has no regen, so he can't really say much about it.
And this was the thing, and that was the thing I told Maz. Says, look, I'm not gonna go out and all-out brawl with you. I'm gonna do clinical assassin work, and well, that was my reward. Get the ghouls out the way.
And you try to make sure that he wasn't going to be a freaking big bully to your goblin.
I made sure of that.
Freaking when he blitzed your golf, he said it was like, okay, no holds bar now, buddy. I'm gonna freaking make sure you can't touch my goblin ever again.
Yeah. But I also got his mummy as well, which was pretty hilarious.
Oh yeah, you brought down their mummies. That was pretty awesome to see. Granted, his mummy is a movement down, so it's gonna be hard for him to try to get back up at the same time. You beat up Maz pretty bad right there. Heck, Maz's team value went down ridiculous amount, like 500k. My gosh.
Oh, to be fair, well, that was because of Toucan Sam and Snap, which I broke his neck.
Yeah,
which is how that happened.
Toucan Sam, and for his next game, if he does go into the Vets League, he'll be down for one game. But either way, good job to you on wrecking that Undead team. They were starting to get a little scary. They weren't super scary, but they were starting to. And you knocked them down.
Yeah, they ran into an orc pain train that was coming through.
Yeah, orc pain train coming through. Choo choo. Oh, there's your ghost face. Now it's gone.
But you know something though? I am kicking myself on one thing though.
What is that?
I accidentally pressed the end turn, which I could have gotten Skarsnik's third touchdown.
Oh no! He would have got he would have gotten a level up that time too.
Yeah, I know. I'm kicking myself, but that can happen.
Oh man, your dice was on fire too. You had above average on dice. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the Undead team.
No.
Yours is balanced.
The Undead team.
Yours is balanced. The Undead team, his dice was actually pretty much on fire. He had a lot more pals and skulls. And he had 39 sixes and only 28 ones.
Yeah, I think it was the case. It was a case of yeah, I did not much bashing, but when I did bash, it's just the dice were on my side for that.
Yeah, and he had 36 too, so that made it a little bit more average. But yeah, you stomped on him, man. That was you slaughtered them, quite literally. You made them dead again. But
Two of them at least.
well, let's talk about another murder fest, and that was the dwarves bullying the rats again. Oh my gosh, I feel so sorry for Grim, man.
I do. I even called out Formal saying call him a bully. And I've promised Grim that if I do get my hands on these dwarves, I'll teach him some manners for his bullying.
He killed 2 more rats, man, and injured 5, and oh my gosh, Grim, what is your team at? What the heck? He won
The
to.
thing is, though, what, and then I don't know, right? He was down to 2 players, and one was down, and he kicked him when he was down. I was like, oh my, come on, let Grim have a chance to play. Don't be such a bully.
Yeah, rip the rats, just like Ronky says, man. Oh my gosh, the rats had such a horrible season. I think they're like, what is their statistics at right now? They have 9 losses, 4 wins, and 3 draws. Oh my gosh, their average score is 1, which most Skaven teams have an average score of 3 to 4 or 2 or whatever, way more than
Yeah.
1. Oh man.
Well, to fairness to Grim, I mean, he had a good go with them, but I think with the rats are like the elves. You've got to be very technical with them, not be like straightforward bash up.
Indeed, indeed. And WWE and the freaking dwarf team, that is a scary bunch.
Yeah, the biggest bunch of bullies I've ever seen. But here's the funny part: half of their stuff won't work against me. So that's what's the fun part.
Yeah, I mean, the tackle is kind of pointless to have against you, but they have 2 money blow pieces, technically 3 if you want to include the death roller, 2 strength ups, 4 guard, one one longbeard has dodge, well actually 2, and the runner has dodge too. I don't need to forget that. If you fight him, man, that's gonna be bloody. That is gonna be straight bloody.
I have no doubt it's gonna be a fist fight.
Uh,
But
be,
we'll
be
get to that.
yeah,
We'll get to that in a match.
yeah,
But it's gonna be ugly.
it will be ugly. Well, let's move on to the Apples game, which was High Elves versus the Lizardmen.
All I gotta say is, Nuffle hated poor Bright. He absolutely despised him.
Brian, I know how you feel, man. Freaking, we got Nuffle, buddy. It happens.
But this will come into an argument I'll talk about later about petty cash,
Yeah.
cause the wizard did nothing for him, and this will come into an argument I'd like to talk about for Kajira's match.
Hmm. Yeah, I saw
As
that
you
wizard.
saw with the wizard, it was just
He freaking had the
Did for nothing.
fireball. It went down and just a puff of smoke, and one elf just like and fell down. I was like, wait, what? That's it? Not even the ball carrier went down? That's bullcrap. It was at a 25% against 4 different elves. That's horrible. That's garbage.
yeah. And Diaphil has literally called me out. This is his words, not mine. He's calling me out on the passing game, and he's also calling me out to face him in the semifinals if I can make it.
Well, Daffel is mainly an orc player, so he plays his elves like orcs, at least in the first bit of the season. He's kind of learned how to play elves a little bit now, but
Yep.
yeah.
And I'm playing orcs like freaking elves, which is like it
It's
shouldn't
funny.
be happening. But
Y'all,
I'm somehow like
y'all are in different spots of how to play your teams. Oh man, poor Bright dude. He had 30 freaking skulls and only 10 pals.
like I said, it was just nothing was going for him.
Yeah. Heck, I mean, he did get a touchdown, I believe, didn't he? Yeah, he got a touchdown. So
But you know what angers me the most?
what?
Won't get my hands on Russian Trump.
Yeah, you won't get another chance to get your hands on Russian Trump unless you go in the vet league and y'all fight. But yeah, Russian Trump was the MVP for this Lissaman team. We'll have to talk about that at the end of the season for each different players having their own MVPs. But Groot has a level up. Heck, let me look at this high elf team. They're probably pretty darn bloated now. They probably have a lot of team value. Not really. They have 16, 20. Because
I mean, to be honest, Dial's team, it is a little bloated in certain areas, but it's really his choice of skills though I feel could be his downfall.
yeah, well, and plus one of his better players, which is Rocket, he has 10 movement allowance, by the way, which is ridiculous. Is his catcher? He's literally a rocket going down the field now. He's gonna be out for the next game, so that would hurt him a little bit. But I think overall his passing game is still gonna be fairly solid. But yeah, his team's fine.
Yeah, but the question is though, will that loss of Rocket be the crippling blow for who he's facing next?
Well, we'll definitely have to say and talk about that in the next bit. But let's talk about. It's actually another match I played. It was the Dark Elves, which I was playing for Malt, versus the Chaos Dwarves. And overall, I think I did fairly well against them.
Oh, you won 3-0. I would say that was a pretty good run. I would say.
I think Scythe kind of gave up after turn 3, though.
For heaven's sake, Scythe, just try and murder people. If you can't win, just murder. That's how Blood Bowl works.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get into it, but either way, I didn't do as many pals as I could have, obviously. But you don't really want to fight toe to toe against Chaos Dwarfs. They're really really bashy. And overall, my dice is fairly decent. Mainly 2 pluses on most of everything, so they're pretty darn good. Size dice wasn't bad. I mean, he had an average dice. That's about it.
Yeah, but however, if I recall, you did lose a couple of guys, didn't you? Like not dead, but out for the next game.
I believe yes, he did lose a couple of people for the next game, which can be a issue, but I don't think they're gonna be too big of an issue. He's missing Sylvester Stallone, which was a sidestep blodging blitzer, which is not a huge deal. And then he has a lineman with block that has a movement down, so those two will be missing next game. Overall, all of his pieces that are really crucial, like his Agi 5, his Mighty Blow tackle piece, his guard piece, and both his Witch Elves are still in the pitch.
Yep. But we'll cover that in the analysis because I feel this match between him and Jaffa will be a quite interesting one.
Oh yeah, elf v elf. But yeah, we're done with that a little bit, so let's start talking about these predictions, I guess. Yeah, we got everyone done. Let's start out with the Amazons versus the Necromantic team of GW Rules.
I have to say it right here, right now. Gojira may have the highest petty cash run, because I think he's 1,200 at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah. He's at 1,200 something.
Yeah, and his opponent's gonna have over 500, so it's gonna have over 300 petty cash. To be honest, if I was Gojira, I wouldn't bother with the Wizard because the Wizard, as we've seen as of late, is quite fickle.
Yeah, the Wizard's been pretty crap as of lately. It's been quite surprising how bad it's been. Usually Wizards are fairly decent at doing their job. We're trying to take down the ball carrier, but in this season, it's been kind of meh. Been kind of garbage.
Yeah. I would recommend really to take an apothecary and a couple of bribes, and that'll be the best thing you could get.
I say apothecary is definitely a good choice, considering he's going to be heavily outnumbered, and if he does get a pal against him, which it's going to be hard because Necromantic does not have tackle, by the way. He should be fine because I guarantee you right now, GW Rules is going to foul. He's going to outnumber your team like he did mine, and he's going to start fouling.
But we also got to look at the point here. You just touched on this. He has no tackle. Could that be the You see, I've always thought when Blood Bowl, if you know you got dodgy teams lurking about, have at least one or two guys with tackle to be coverers just in case you run into them.
Yeah, his werewolf got a level up, and he chose jump up after, well, not even looking at the enemy team, and that could have been a really good tackle piece instead. That is obviously probably the biggest mistake he made against my game, because he chose a wrong level up, in my opinion.
Yeah, this one, I'm sorry, GW, but you made a blunder here. You should have went tackle because this is the thing. You've got to look at who you're going to face. I mean, think about it, right? He's going to face off against Gojira and then potentially Ronki or Oathmaster, who've got dodge players themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You need to look at the long game. You know what I mean? I mean, if he was facing someone like me next, I could say fair enough. That would make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, jump up's not a bad ability. He can block when he's on the ground prone, and obviously if he does get up, it doesn't cost me any movement allowance. Which, I mean, for a werewolf is actually really flipping good. But at the same time, since there's no tackle on the field, it's going to cripple his team on trying to take down some of these Amazons.
Yeah, but like I said before, if the Amazons start losing a lot of players, I mean, if they lose their blitzers, that's it. It's over for them. It's pretty much proven that in one game when the blitzers got annihilated by Joe in their last match, in the very last game of the season, it was a crippling effect.
Not last game, but the game after or game before that, because they played each other twice. I know what you mean. The first time they played.
Yeah. Yep.
And heck, the Amazon team, they're hurting. They're hurting bad. I mean, they're down one blitzer, which is a stand firm guard piece, which actually is now a strength 2, by the way. It's probably gonna get fired. It's probably a dead Amazon blitzer right there. But he still has Deborah, which is actually armor value 6, and he has another blitzer armor value 6. So if they get surrounded and fouled, they're gonna probably die or get injured really, really easy. If they go down, they're gonna be hard to put down because they have sidestep, they have blodge. So this could be tough. Obviously, he can still score. He can't really outrun the necromantic team because the whites and the werewolves, and what if he has any ghouls, obviously. But I don't think he has any ghouls. But
true. I mean, he could. I mean, in the speed terms, yes, he has the whites and the werewolves, but it's all going to boil down to can he get as many injuries as he can to try and cripple the Amazon's mobility.
yeah, that's gonna be the biggest
That's what he's got
thing.
to look at.
And will anyone get knuffled? That is also the biggest thing. If someone gets bad dice in their game, they're gonna lose. Given with my game and Bright's game, bad dice means probably a losing game for you.
And plus that as well, with now Gojira having only 3 blitzers, will that affect his team composition?
Yeah, that is another thing to think about, because the necromantic team, obviously, they don't have as higher skilled players. They're a little more evened out. Granted, he has 3 mighty blow pieces. He has a ghoul too. Obviously, it's gonna be really good. He has a blodging werewolf. But yeah.
Blodging werewolves are good.
Oh, definitely. And if he can actually get a strength up or tackle, obviously it would have been better. But not strength up, but a strength like mighty blow. That'll make him even more deadly. But yeah, GW Rules team.
Yep.
Even though they're lacking tackle, is still a really solid team. Yes, he's missing his blodge or not blodge, but block dauntless zombie that was actually able to go down and not regenerate against me. But
yeah, but the thing is though, I mean, when we look, I mean, the werewolves, right? I've always stated the werewolves are one of the best like Russian players. I mean, they don't get strength, right? They don't get it. Strength skills. You have to get a double for that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can tool up a werewolf with block, dodge, tackle, he's a phenomenal blitz piece. It's just like he's going to be there causing utter mayhem.
Possibly. He does not have mighty blow though.
They can't get it unless you roll a double.
No, I know that, but he has 2 whites that have mighty blow and a ghoul that has mighty blow. If I was him, I'll be blitzing with them and probably give the ball to that werewolf. Obviously pick up the ball with the white and then hand it off to the werewolf, or you can just straight pick it up. It's just a 3+ versus a 2+, 2 or 3+. Rather roll less dice, and he has strength. He has the flesh golems as well that has block, which is really good.
I mean, if the flesh golems can wipe out the line of pretty much like cheap rubbish that Gojira's going to throw in the front line, I think that's where things are starting to get a little bit downhill for Gojira.
Yep. Um, but let's go ahead and start talking about scores. Do you want to go ahead? Or do you want me to go?
There you go.
All right. And this one, just because on how I seen my match, I think GW Rules could definitely very well win. I think it's probably a 2-1 or a 1-0, like in my match, because let's just say like he actually follows the advice of Ronki and doesn't play super aggressive like he did the first half against me. Because when he did that, that's when I actually was able to get some decent dice against him. If he's able to surround the Amazons, mark everyone, so they have to do dodge rolls or whatever. Yes, they have dodge, obviously, but they have to move away from getting punched all the time. It's going to be in the favor of GW Rules. So in that sense, just mark everyone, try to punch as many people as you can, and then start getting some injuries, and then start fouling, which you did with my team. And you have a really good chance of winning. Yes, Gojira is a really good coach, so be aware on how you position people, and have a safety. Keep a safety in the back like your ghoul. Or someone that's somewhat quick, maybe a white. I don't know. Keep a safety because you're going to need it because he can run around you. I guarantee you. But that's my take on it. Like I said, 2-1 or 1-0.
Gojira is a good coach. I mean, don't forget, guys, he is a former champion. He won the very first inaugural tournament in this league, which he is experienced and veteranized. However, like I said, the injuries he suffered and depends what he does with the petty cash will play major factors. However, it also depends who gets the ball first. If the Amazon get the ball first, they can control the game a little bit. But if the Necromanters get it, well, let's just say it's not going to be a pretty sight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the game going to be 1-1, but it will go to overtime, and I think Stern and Stitches will have enough in them to finish the game with a 2-1 win.
Yeah, I think we're both agreeing on Necromantic then. Sorry, Gojira. I just feel like it's in his corner. You still are a good coach and you still have a good fighting chance, and we wish you the best of luck. Just our decisions that Necromantic's gonna probably win.
But I also want to bring up something as well. I mean, you know the brackets that we've got at the moment, right? Where people are, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think the top half of the bracket's got the easiest run, to be honest, compared to the bottom half.
Yeah, indeed. I think that's. I mean, we got some tough matchups here. I mean, we got Bash v Bash. We got humans versus humans. We got semi-bashy teams fighting each other. And then we got elves v elves. It's kind of like a mirror matches of different races. It's kind of funny, actually.
Mm-hmm. Anyhow, let's talk about Wonky Rompy versus the Amber Knights. This should be hilarious.
Romkeys, wronkies. Yeah. This is going to be fun to watch. I think they're both fairly close. Yeah, there's going to be 40 petty cash in favor of Romkey. But that's not really going to be enough unless he spends his actual cash, which, does he have any? No, he doesn't because he bought an ogre.
No. Yeah. I'm going to be honest, this match, it could go either way. It depends on how things progress.
Yeah.
And Ronky's upset that I've pronounced his name wrong. Don't get so mad, Wonky Bonky. Right. Anyhow, let's get back to the topic. To be honest, I think Ronky has a chance of hurting Oathmaster.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I mean, he's got the gods on his side. He's got a lot of god and a lot of block. However, here's the problem he's facing: is trying to break, the armor of the Amber Knights, because that's gonna be a bit of an issue.
Well, yes and no. He has mighty blow pieces, and the highest armor value for the Bretonians is armor value 8. And the peasants, their armor value 7. He has a blocker that has armor value down. So, and there's a Niggle Blitzer. So there's a good chance he can break armor. I mean, maybe not on the other Blitzers because it's going to be really hard to bring down. And Yeah, be aware of your ogre, by the way, Romkey. If he takes pieces around the ogre out, he's going to use Dauntless and beat him up and try to take him out with a dirty player, probably. If not, try to kill him straight up. So be aware of that because he does have that Mighty Blow piece. The Bretonians do.
Yeah. Yeah, but we also got to look at the fact as well. The Bretonians have all got his blockers have got wrestle, so his blocks in its essence have been kind of negated.
Yeah, that is something true. The blockers do have wrestle, so it can negate some of the punching power of some of these block pieces. So if you do try to blitz either a peasant or a blitzer if you can. That's probably the better thing to do. I mean, you have the Mighty Blow tackle piece, so I say definitely use it. Use your strength up to the best of your ability because you have a block strength up versus a wrestle strength up, and yeah, I think you have more guard than him. Yeah, you have 4, and he only has 2, I believe.
Yeah, he has too, but the thing is, though, I mean, don't get me wrong, Old Black God is going to help Bronchi in many situations, but I fear with only God as their skill, if someone with block or Mighty Blow comes smashing in, that could be a bit of a problem.
Oh yeah, indeed. I will agree. And something else to think about, Romkey. Yes, your ogre is really good, but use him last if you're going to punch with him because, just telling you, just from a guy that knows how to play big guys, that loner is going to mess your face up if you get something bad. So you block with him last if you can. Um, Everything else
Oh yeah.
is pretty decent. I mean, you can use rerolls on the things that does not have block. And I think he does out block him for how many block pieces he has. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 block pieces. So yeah, you have a good fighting chance to literally punch pow to pow. But be aware, you only have one movement allowance, 8 person. He has 4. Actually, one has I think 9 or 10. I can't remember. It has 9. Oh, there's 7, not 8. One is 9, the other 2 is the other 3 is 7. So they're quick. They're really really quick.
Yep.
And they pretty much try to simulate elves. Obviously, they have block, catch, dodge, dauntless, and 2 of them has sidestep. So if he goes on the edge, he's just going to sidestep away from you. So have a safety.
Yeah, and I think as well that he needs to either isolate the blitzers into a pocket where they can't do anything, or try and murder as many as he can to weaken, Oath's playing style.
Yeah, because he only has like he has 14 players versus Romkey having I don't know how many. Uh, 13.
I think Rocky's got, yep, but here's the thing though. I mean, if he starts losing present like the blockers and the peasants quickly, the blitzers won't be too much of a threat because you see the blitzers are good one-on-one fighters, but if they get outnumbered or maneuvered, they tend to struggle.
Which blitzers are you talking about? The human blitzers or the Bretonian blitzers?
Tony blitzers.
Oh man, looks like my stream stopped for a second. Is resuming. Sorry about that, internet. That was weird. Either way, what was we
Yeah,
doing? Yeah.
we were talking about the night.
This is a really even match. I mean, the team value shows that it's even. This is gonna be hard to try to say who's gonna win. Now, I guess we can go about how we look at coach experiences. Ronki, you're more of a rookie coach and rely on luck. Oathmaster is a calculated person. He plays fairly slow and thinks about different outcomes and how things are going to work. So in experience-wise, I think Oath has the advantage.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, Ronky, but you are green as grass, green as goose, muck, and Oathmaster is more experienced and he is a more technical opponent. But I think that if Ronky can get a good early round of bashing and cause some major casualties early, I think he could take the game.
I think so too. I don't know what's going on with my stream though. Why is it freaking so bad?
Yeah, I mean, Ronky did win against Oathmaster last time. He did win.
Yeah, he did. And that's the thing. I think Oathmaster just. I think he has a skill set in his head. Now you have the guard pieces that you can do against him. You have 5 versus 2. I said 4 earlier, but it's 5. Um, and you can outnumber him. Your guys are way better than those peasants. They have Finn. That's all they got. So yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about scores. I think we talked a good chunk about the teams. The score this is a hard thing to try to predict because both of them are so even. It can either easily go either way, obviously. But I'm gonna go safe, and I'm gonna say Oathmaster's gonna win, 2-1 or 3-2.
Ouch. Right, that's a bit harsh, but I'm gonna go with Ronki winning. His match will go to overtime, and he will have enough just to make it 2-1.
Aha. Yeah, I just think Oathmaster has the edge here. Very small edge. If he loses listeners, obviously he's gonna go Romkey's favor. This game can go either way, but I think Oathmaster has the slight edge over him, mainly in experience.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear what Ronki's got to say. Hear me backing him. He's probably gonna go ape.
He has a plan. Punch some peasants, get them off the bench, and then force him to use his important pieces. Oh god, Black thinks I could win. Whatever Black predicts, the opposite happens. Well, I mean, what happened in the future is the same thing for me, so we're both rooting for 2 different teams. What will happen then, Romkey?
Yeah, don't forget, remember that 4-0 I said about one team winning, and it happened?
Yeah. So, I mean, our predictions is just guesses, but they can happen.
But anyhow, let's move on to what I like to call the Battle of the Bulge.
I think it's more of the battle of the pointy ears that could die easily.
We're going for the Orcs next.
Oh.
Or leave me to last, like.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I was looking at, yeah, that's going to be the battle of the bash.
Match is going to be ugly.
It is going to be quite ugly. And the team values are, again, really close to each other.
Listen, look at, poor Ronky. He says, what's the Battle of the Bulge? Look it up. It's World War II.
Yeah, that was pretty darn bloody.
But, yeah, to be honest, I mean, he's got about, what, 570 TV, if I recall?
1,570, yeah, and you have 1,560.
So, we're going to hardly have any petty cash in this one. This one's going to be straight up a brawl, you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. You have 12 pieces, so you have 1 extra piece. And how many does he have? I think he has 12 as well. Might be 13. No, he has 12.
Yeah, I think he's got 12. So this is an equal fight.
Yep. This is gonna be tough, man. He has 2 strength ups, so he can go toe to toe against your black orcs. And he has 1 troll slayer. Well, he has 2 troll slayers. But they both have dauntless. It's just the strength up's gonna be kind of negated here, or not strength up, but yeah, strength up and dauntless gonna be kind of negated.
But the thing is though, it's just gonna come down to, in my view, who gets the ball first.
Yes.
Who gets to receive?
Yeah, you're right. Whoever gets to punch first is going to be in the better seat.
But there's also WE has not taken account for, which I've already have, and I've already strategized. In fact, I've already made 22 strategies how to deal with them if I'm kicking or receiving.
Well, that's good, because you're going to need to strategize. Because if he gets the ball, get ready for Mr. Sandman to put some people to sleep. He did that to my game. I fully expect him to be able to do it in yours.
Here's the thing, though, about the Death Roller. In most matches, the Death Roller is a ferocious opponent to deal with, right?
Yes.
However, against teams like Orcs, other Dwarfs, and Chaos, it tends to doesn't work well because it's like, yeah, I'm dealing with guys who are the same armor as me and same strength. It's like, I might not get away with half my shenanigans.
I mean, well, yes, you're not wrong, but the Death Roller, the thing is about the Death Roller, Yes, it's a secret weapon, so obviously it can get thrown off the field. But um, this thing is just straight up destructive. Um, I mean, it has Mighty Blow, it has Dirty Player, and it has Juggernaut for crying out loud. So if he blitzes with it, it's going to negate
Yeah.
any block you have. It has but break tackle as well. So it's just a piece that you have to worry about. It's going to be hard to fight.
Oh yeah, but if I do this right, I can negate that thing pretty well because I know how to deal with them very well because I'm no stranger to these death rollers. I've faced them many times and I've got a strategy to deal with them. It's just the only problem I gotta have is how will the kickoff tape kick off fair?
Yeah, and you do have the movement ability because you can pass. Obviously, your blitzers are your best pieces. Besides your thrower, obviously, that can run around and create some nonsense against the dwarfs. Obviously,
I think actually Skarsnik's my best piece at the moment.
he is. No, it's your blitzers. They're level 4. Scarsnake's level 3.
But I think he'll be more worried about Skarsnik because he, like you said, he could sneak around and he'd be hard to catch.
Well, he's have experience with goblins being fairly stunty and excuse me, running through defenses. Cause that's what I did and got a touchdown against them.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of blocks, so I can negate a lot of his blocking shenanigans.
Just a bad thing with the goblin, he has so much tackle. It's gonna be hard for him to try to dodge out relatively easily. So you're gonna have to protect the goblin and make sure he doesn't get bullied that
Yeah,
easily.
yeah, but also but also the dwarves though, in reality, cannot afford to lose a single player because if they lose players, they'll struggle because even the death roller cannot save them.
You're not wrong. That Death Roll is only gonna be on the pitch for one half. If that's the longest period of time it can be on there. But if you get the ball and get the touchdown really quickly, it's gonna probably be like 2 to 3 turns, if maybe 4 if
Or,
extended.
or if or I use one of my strategies, one turn and that's it.
Yep, you do have the possibility to do a 1 turn touchdown because your troll, it has a strength up, and you have Skarsnik obviously. That is also something very possible that you can do. Take my advice from throwing goblins. Try to block the pieces in front of the troll because more pieces that's not right beside the troll, the better chance you can throw.
But considering my track record with throwing Skarsnik, I mean, have you seen how much damage he's done when he's in the air?
Oh, I know this, but if you're trying to get a 1 turn touchdown, you want Skarsnik to be on his feet and run to get the touchdown.
Yeah,
I'm just
but
trying to increase your chances
but
of
it
getting to the 1 turn.
yeah yeah it is gonna be like I said, this one's gonna be very very brutal, ugly, and downright down and dirty fighting.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Uh,
a brawl. It's gonna involve a lot of stuff. You have your troll back, which is actually really good. You're gonna need that strength piece so you can fight toe to toe against the death roller if you want to fight it toe to toe. But yeah, you're this is gonna be a tough one. Um, I guess. Do you have any other words before I try to predict your score?
yeah, I mean, if I can, like I said, if for the dwarves, if I can stonewall the dwarves, they lose. If he stonewalls me, then it's just like, well, I'm fine with that because I can hang on and like try and find a chink.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the thing, right? If I slow him to a point where he's a crawl, he's gonna lose because we all know dwarves don't have the best movement speed.
Correct.
Don't. But, sorry about that. My mic just gone there. Um, if if he loses the speed war against me, I'm gonna win. But if he tries to outstrength me, it's gonna come to a draw. So it's gonna come down to speed versus strength in this match.
Kind of, sort of, actually, yes, because you have the movement allowance and he does not. Um,
But my mic is going funny today.
it's fine. Anything else you want to add?
um, yeah. I mean, if I can get around his back lines, that's it. I pretty much gonna run riot. But if
Mm-hmm.
I can't get his backlines, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little more difficult for you. And these dwarves, they're sturdy. They know how to take a punch, obviously. And you don't really have any
Yeah,
armor uh, negating pieces besides your mighty blow. Obviously, you don't have no claws, or cannot get claws. So it's gonna be a little more tougher to break armor. But you have more mighty blow than him, I believe. Let me double check that. I think you do. I'm pretty sure you do. Uh,
I have 4.
yeah, you have 4. He has 3 if you want to count his death roller. So I mean, in that aspect, it's
But
kind of closer to even. But yeah,
but the way I see it is, if the death roller is either negated or cannot be used, it's pretty much that's gonna really hurt his team because he can't like try and bully his way through. He has to try and go at a snail's pace to try and get through.
yeah, and that's the worst thing. They try to play of attrition. They want you to try to start losing players fighting against them. And he has guard. He outguards you, obviously. Uh, but yeah,
But but you have to remember, all the dwarves, right? In their early life, they are by far the best team in the entire league by bar none, right? They are the best in early life.
yep, them and the widows.
However, when you reach midlife or late life with the dwarves, they tend to struggle.
Yeah, they start struggling because they fight pieces that can break their armor, like claws that can negate some of the extra armor. Um, I mean, you have Mighty Blow, which kind of helps out against the armor, but yeah, that's gonna be the biggest issue here. He has so much. Well, all of his pieces besides the Death Roll have thick skull, so you have to actually try to punch harder than what you usually do if you want to bring some of them down. Now, do I think you're gonna win? I think you actually will. Um, I think the score is probably be it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be probably like a 2-1. It's gonna go to an overtime because yeah, probably be like 0-0 for the first bit, and then someone finally get a touchdown in overtime, or that you'll both get touchdowns, and then someone gets a touchdown in overtime. So yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be hard, fighting, brutalizing war. It's gonna be full of blood most likely. Someone's gonna be full of blood. The other parts are probably not gonna be saying nothing. I don't know.
But I have noticed his biggest Achilles heel is his dodge and runner. That's his biggest Achilles heel.
Really?
If he loses that, that's it. His momentum of the ball is over. And
That
it'll be a lot harder.
that is true. I mean, his blitz can pick up the ball. But yeah, that sure hands makes it a little bit better. So he has a couple pieces that can run the ball, but yeah, try to take out that runner. It's probably the biggest thing for you, and then try taking out those other blitzers, obviously, because they are agility 3. So yeah, if you can take out that little bit of agility that he has, which is not really much because it's 3, you have a better chance of trying to obviously win against him. But yeah, I agree. Strategize and try to take out key pieces, and you get a really good fighting chance to win.
And now we're up to the last match of this playoff. My view, probably the most boring.
Maybe so, maybe so. But I hope there is some kind of elf death.
Well, in my honest opinion, I don't think Molt and Glad and Die have a choice in this matter now because they're both fast. They both can score nearly one-turn touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna have to come down to sheer brute force. Who could take the most punishment?
Yeah, they both have similar armor values as well. Malt actually has less team value than the High Elves, and obviously less pieces too. He's going to have a couple of loners as well, so that is something else to consider in this playoff picture. High Elves have plenty of pieces that can go in and try to absorb some damage on the line or whatever. I mean, heck, he does have a lineman that is a armor value down and a Gamora. I'm talking about High Elves here. That is a niggle. But overall, like the High Elves is actually pretty decent. But the Dark Elves are a little bit better in bashing. Obviously, they have a Mighty Blow tackle piece. That's probably the biggest thing that the Alpha has to worry about.
My advice to Molt is quite simple. Nullify his passing game, and that's it. The High Elves will struggle, and if it devolves into a bash match, then it's gonna go either way.
Um,
I feel.
Apparently Romkey thinks that the High Elves are going to lose, um, and the Dark Elves will probably repeat their magic against the Zons, which the Dark Elves lost that match. So who is going to lose here then, Romkey?
I mean, we also got to put this into account, though. Whoever wins out of these two is going to have a rough time because they'll have to face the Dwarfs or the Orcs. Two teams that are designed to take on like agility teams, so that's something he's going to have to be worried about.
Oh, you said unless. Okay, unless. I didn't see the unless part. But yeah, it's gonna be like I say I'm gonna give the edge to Malt here though because he has just better pieces in general. Yes, the High Elves can move around and pass way more easily. And he has kick obviously. Kick is a really good piece, and kickoff return is a really good piece. So in that aspect, he's gonna be able to control the ball and kickoffs somewhat. It's not gonna really be a big deal with other elves. Um, so it's gonna be a bit of a bash versus dash or pass, what are you gonna call it? Even though both of them can do really well against it.
But it's all going to boil down to, I feel, who could take the most punishment. I feel.
And I feel like the high elves can probably take punishment better because they have more people. But at the same time, if the dark elves start losing their important pieces, they can obviously take a hit as well, or take a blow to winning because they can probably lose if they lose these pieces, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, let's decide on their fates, and this should be interesting.
All right, I'll let you go ahead on this one though, Black.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel this match is gonna be a 2-2, going to overtime, and I think the Dark Elves might just have enough to squeak across the line.
Interesting. Um, I think the Dark Elves have a good chance, especially since they're going to get some petty cash as well. They can definitely get some valuable aspects to actually start winning this. By the way, Joe, I do read my freaking messages on the chat. Just sometimes I decide not to reply to it because it's stupid. But yeah, I think this is hard because both of them have a chance to win. Obviously, if Malt loses pieces, he's going to start getting the bit of attrition. The Alpha has more pieces. He can take a little bit better punishment. But if he loses better pieces, it's going to be a little more difficult. Both of them can easily get touchdowns as well. Now, who do I think is better at playing elves? Malt. Malt is way better at playing elves. Reason why is because when I freaking played as him, I went to his count, obviously. And he mainly has dark elves for his teams that he plays. So, he has like a couple other ones, but he loves playing dark elves. That's probably one of his main teams that he enjoys playing.
Oh yeah.
So, in that situation, I think I'm going to give the edge to Malt as well. He just has better experience with elves, while Diaphil's starting to understand how the elves play. Really still does not. He plays them still somewhat like orcs. But, like I said, it can really go either way. Petty cash, and whoever gets the ball is going to be some different key factors you have to click in. But I think the person's going to win is Malt. I think it's going to be this is tough. It's probably a 3-2. Because this is an elf game, it's going to be a high-scoring game.
So we're both agreeing it's going to be 3-2, and we're hoping for a few deaths in the process.
Oh, definitely. Elf death is always good.
And please, Bolt, kill Captain America.
At least try to. But either way, that's this analysis for the quarterly finals. Well, we shall meet you all, probably not next week, but at the end of the finals so we can review everything. Because it's kind of pointless just to review 2 games and not 3 games. But yeah, we'll do that, and then probably have another bit of a video at the very end about the entire season, different games that was in the main bit of the season that had really good plays, or in the finals as well. We're going to probably talk about some MVPs and other things, so stay tuned for these other analysis and rewards.
Before we go, before we go, Glad, can we check the Hall of Fame to see if there's any changes? Because I
Uh,
think there've been a lot of changes now since a lot of deaths have happened.
the main season will not change. It will be the Hall of Fame for just the winners of season 3.
I was thinking of the Hall of Fame in the winners section. I think there's been a few changes because there were some people who were there, but now they're gone because of some deaths that have happened.
Apparently, the most violent is Karn because I had 3 injuries. That's cool. I wonder if he's gonna stay there for very long since I've been eliminated. Snake's the best receiver. That's funny considering there's 2 elves right beside him.
What? Wait, what? Are you kidding me?
No.
My God.
The best serial killer is humans and a dwarf, but they're all tied with 1. So okay. Oh, what do you know?
No.
The best interceptor is Ted, the Chaos Dwarf blocker.
Oh, and how in God's green earth is Sai pulling this off?
He got a 6 against when I threw it towards an elf, and he got a 6 to get the ball. So, yeah, that was. Bleh. The biggest brute is the flesh golem. He is pretty darn horrible. I hated him. He had 3. Best thrower is you, and right behind him is Captain America and Hawkeye. That's funny. So this is gonna be the race of who's gonna be the better passer.
Well, wait a minute. Wasn't that what happened in the main season?
In the main season, he just completely stomped on him.
Lord, I don't know how I'm getting away with an orc beating 2 elves at a passing game. I just don't know.
Yes, you're not wrong, Romkey. Technically, the best serial killer is No 2 because he did kill your orc twice.
This is an insult. A dwarf is a best rusher. That is an insult.
I think it's pretty funny. Well, I mean, heck, he destroyed all the rats, so he could just walk down the field, obviously. And it's Rey Mysterious. That's funny.
I'll have to do what Brock Lesnar done to Rey Mysterio. Destroy him.
And the best passers is your orc, followed by a beastman.
Who the hell did the beastman get in this mess?
He got 1 pass, so apparently he's just there. Best scorer is Scarsnick. Followed by Rey Mysterious and Iron Spider.
Oh, in God's green earth, Scarsnick is in best category in 2 of them. How the hell you pull that off?
Because it's a goblin, man. Goblins are freaking awesome.
Oh my God. When 4 Mil sees this, he is gonna go ham and go after the Scarsnick.
You know something funny? Best punching bags. Rock. Followed by one of Johnny's guys. Leaf. I can't say his dumb name. And then Clyde.
Oh, that's probably gonna quickly change after this week.
Probably so. I love how a lot of my guys are in here. Just because of how bad, like, I got KO'd. Oh, man. But that's the Hall of Fame. And, I'm going to end the stream right here. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. Take it easy. And we shall see all of you in the next analysis video. And the review of the entire season. Hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks a lot. Take it easy. And later.